You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, guys. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta, and I'm here with another fantastic review for you guys. We have the Mafex number 128 Magneto comic version. So this is Old Man Magneto. Then we're going to be taking a look at paint apps, sculpt, articulation, and accessories. So make sure to stick through the final review, through the whole review, so that way you guys won't miss it. Also, make sure to check out the other reviews I've done in the upper right hand corner that you'll see throughout the video. It will really help. Also, make sure to hit that like button. It helps us beat the YouTube algorithm, so that way we can get my videos spread out to more collectors out there that want to see action figure reviews. And also hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost much, just a quick little click, couple seconds, and then I would also help support the channel. With all that being said, let's get to those size comparisons. Here are the size comparisons that we have. NECA, we have ImagineWorks, we have Marvel, we have Hasbro Lightning Collection, and then we also have SH Figuarts. So you can see that this figure is pretty tall. It has some good height, so that we can have them pretty much mix and match with other figure lines, so that way you get what you're looking for. You can see with the Marvel line, he's a little bit shorter, but that could also be that Magneto is a little shorter. I don't know, but it works out. He's a big, thick guy. So with all that being said, let's get to the actual review. All right, so now we have this Mafex Magneto in hand. Let's take a look at the sculpt and the paint apps and everything. So we have him in his nice comic colors. I think they kind of made a mistake. I don't know if he always had a red cape. If I'm mistaken, his cape has always been purple. So I think that's a little off, but I mean, this comic version of him, of Old Man Magneto, I'm not too familiar with, so he might have had a red cape. Mafex has already got a huge point by them giving us a nice cloth cape with a bendy wire in it. You know, cloth capes, I feel, are the cheapest thing to do than a plastic one. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel cloth capes do it really well for figures that wear capes. It makes it stand out more. You can see it's kind of see-through, but it does have somewhat of a shine to it. I'm hoping the camera picks it up, but it does have like a nice little metallic shine for it. As for the sculpt of the body, as you can see that it's nicely sculpted with nice muscle definition. We also have his armbands. We also have his little waistband here with his ta-duns, or, you know, the trousers or Euro type spandex. I don't know what you want to call these, but yeah, they're on there. We can also see that his long hair coming down. Look at the helmet. The helmet looks great. We have the nice little U piece here, so they got the detail right, the paint on it. I don't see any rubbing from the actual detail of the purple paint. We also have some purple metallic paint here with some silver metallic paint, which looks great. We can also see in the hair that there's some shading with the gray. It looks beautiful. And as for the rest of the body, it's just molded red plastic, and then wherever they have these details, it looks like they just painted over them. And it looks like they used like a nice metallic purple, which looks great. It looks beautiful. It matches the figure. It gives the figure its actual, you know, comic book authentic colors, you know, basically the colors in the comic book. It gives it, you know, more of it being correct. So I really enjoy that a lot. You know, we have the sculpt work of the thigh here. Looks nice. You got the muscles. Here goes Magneto's magnetic ass. So we could take a look at also the back definition. So it's a pretty simple color scheme for Magneto. I feel that they did that very well. I don't have any gripes so far with this figure, but from what it looks like, it looks really nice. Let's take a look at the head sculpt a little bit better. Let's see here what we can see. Move the camera a little bit. So I mean, you can barely see his face a little bit, but you could tell it's Old Man Magneto, and that head sculpt looks great. I mean, some of the articulation is kind of hindered due to the fact of his braids and his long hair, but nothing too crazy. I mean, this figure looks magnificent. So let's get on to everybody's favorite part, the articulation. Head moves back, forward, swivel, arm rotation, hinge, bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, hinge, diaphragm joint, back, forward, side to side, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, back, swivel, bend at the knee, swivel, hinge, toe hinge. Now we're at the accessory portion. You can see that Magneto has some great accessories, and his articulation is fine as well, as we just saw and we finished looking at. But this is where the value of this figure comes in. So you can see that he actually comes with 4 pairs of hands. The other pair of hands he has are his fisted hands. I chose not to, you know, show them into this portion because you've already seen them during my, you know, talk about the figure. But he comes with these pretty much open palm hands. Magneto's known for his hands being open due to the fact of him being able to control, be able to magnetize metal, and, you know, have metal come to him like if he's Luke Skywalker in the Force, and he's able to manipulate the metal as needed. But once again, Mafex has blessed us with these nice little plastic accessory holders for the hands, so that way they don't go anywhere. And you can see the different versions of the hands and different styling they were to put us in. They also gave us some effect hands, which was really neat. This is pretty much him using his, you know, magnetic power to make something come to him, or, you know, he's using something, but you can see that there's an energy effect pretty much encasing the whole hand in it, which is really nice. I don't know how they did that. I don't know if these hands are supposed to come out, because the whole hand is painted all the way through, so they were able to jam the hand in there somehow, and then it got stuck. I just don't know how they were able to do it, but it's pretty neat. That's some neat technology there. So those are it when it comes to those accessories. Let's go to the head. So unfortunately, there was no way for me to do like a neat setup for the head sculpts, due to the fact that they can't really set up very well due to their long braids here. But here's the head sculpt that was on him when you first saw Magneto. Let me see if I can get this to focus here. There we go. So we have Magneto right here, looking menacing, kind of with his mouth open. As you can see the detail, you can see his teeth are grinning a little bit. And then he comes with his helmet off. See that? Look at that detail. You can see that there's wrinkles. You got the old gray hair. You got the eyebrows that are nice and gray as well. You can see the shading around the hair. It looks really nice. You can see the nice little folds in the sculpt work. You can also see the purple braids or elastics that Magneto chose to be able to match his costume. Then he comes with the helmet that as an accessory to make it look, you know, as he took off his helmet, you can have him hold this, have it float above him, however Magneto, or however you want to display them. There is like a peg slot in there, so that tells me that this is an actual mold of these ones, and the head could come off if you use like maybe a hot glue gun or something. And then we have this onslaught version of him, or like a darker version of him. His face is all black, his eyes are white, and you can see that he's probably using a mass amount of his power. But all of these are pretty much sculpted the same, just have a different head inside of it, and they use the same head or helmet. And the paint apps on all of them are on point. I haven't seen any paint rubbing or, you know, paint fading or anything like that so far since I've taken them out, and I haven't seen any bleeding from when they had to paint these purple details on these helmets at all. So that's pretty much the accessories. I kind of feel kind of weird that the fact that the curl is always going to the right, or to its left, I'm sorry, would be our right, but I wish one of them went the other way. I think it would have given a little bit more dynamic to it, a little bit more, but that's just how it is. But yeah, that's pretty neat that they were to do that. I know you're probably asking, does this fit over it? Unfortunately, it doesn't, because his hair is too poofy, and they pretty much shave this part of his head and maybe leave this part, and then that would be able to fit through it. So that's how they did that. So this is where the value of your figure is right here. You got these three incredible head sculpts, all those hands. So now let's go to my here are my final thoughts on this figure. It's a great figure. It scales well. It comes with enough accessories that Magneto pretty much would need to be able to pose them in, because Magneto is known for having either his fists clenched, his palms open, to simulate the fact that he's manipulating some metal of some kind. So that's pretty much it. And also the fact that his ankles are able to point downward to give him that floating effect, because Magneto's mostly levitating in some portion in either the comic book, the TV show, the movie. It's very rare where he's just walking, but you know, most of the time he is, you know, floating. So I thought that was really neat. We got great head sculpts all the way around, from him with his mask on, his iconic mask, and then we have him with his mask off, also with an included onslaught head, which I think it is, or him just using full of his power. But this figure is really phenomenal. Mafex does great work. This is like my third, I think it's my fourth or fifth Mafex figure that I have reviewed. I've done a few of them. You guys could check those out in the link in the description, and you can also check those in the little information bubble that pops up on the right hand corner. Make sure to check out all these reviews, guys. I really like these figures. I love doing this for everybody. If you're a collector out there, show the love, hit that like button, try to get a bunch of likes so that way we can beat that YouTube algorithm. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything extra. It just helps support the channel immensely. I appreciate all your guys' support. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Pick up this figure before it becomes even more expensive, because that's how these figures are. There's only a certain amount of a run that they'll do, and then they become double or triple the price. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and I'll see everybody on the next review.